Now you guys should hear me. What a rookie move. I went on a whole little spiel, went on a whole little rant. I just look like a crazy person now. All right, I apologize. Unfortunately, since you guys didn't hear me, I'll briefly summarize what I was talking about earlier. So I woke up late. Just want to apologize. Very unprofessional of me. And also had some stuff to do before hopping on stream. And on top of that, I was having problems with the camera drivers. So I had to figure stuff out on that end. But we're here. Fortunately, it took so long. But how you guys doing? Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. Let's go ahead and... Come on. Where's the music? Why is the music not going? There we go. Something different. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Basically, I was just kind of summarizing how my morning was going. And I apologize for being late. So I figured to make it up for you guys, especially with this little bit of sporadic price action going on, I figured I hang out for a little bit longer. I know I've been cutting the streams a little bit short recently, but we're going to hang out for a little bit longer today. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. You know, ask me anything you might have. You want me to look at something, let me know. We're going to be in this situation to where we're probably going to be trending here for a little bit longer. Guys, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to go on here. You can make an argument for both sides. I definitely think that we can go ahead and make a I guess a claim that possibly these wicks could just give people getting people excited about longs, trapping them, and basically forcing them out of positions, taking as much money as possible. And that usually what tends to happen when it comes to these type of situations is that before a big move, price likes to go ahead and get people excited, possibly go ahead and do these type of consolidations with these very aggressive wicks to the upside or the downside to get people in and out of positions before actually making a move. There's really nothing to talk about when it comes to where my bias is, because it's still on the table for both sides. We talked about that on previous streams, and I definitely think there is a possibility for both. If you guys want me to go over that, I definitely can. But firstly, let's go say hello to everyone in chat. Let me pop out chat here. Come on. Let's see. Live Beats, good evening all. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Let's see. Alif, what's up? ABC Crew Sound. Yep, we figured it out. Sorry about that, guys. That's just very, very stupid of me. Yo, you mate, good to see you. Coyote, long time no see, my friend. How you doing? What up, Johnny? Took my first ABC in a while. Took the BTC short. Awesome, man. That is a great position to take. We'll talk about what could be going on here. To be honest, I'm still on the fence. I kind of briefly went over it, but I kind of woke up earlier this morning for like maybe 10 minutes, checked my phone, checked the charts real quick, saw they were pumping, and I was like, oh, we'll talk about it when if it keeps going. Or we were kind of like, I don't remember exactly where we were. Let me pull up the time frames here. I woke up like around like 8 o'clock for a little bit, and I was like, okay, if we keep going, we have a little setup there. Let's see if we'll keep pushing, and then we ended up just not pushing. So definitely seemed like a possible smaller ABC, which you guys know me, I don't care about those. But if I go to a 30-minute, it's there. I can't deny that. 1 hour, it's there too. Possibly an ABC within the C. Definitely on the table. But the entries and the separation between the two entries are so minimal that I don't feel like actually going ahead and trying to hyper scalp and take this every single smaller ABC on the way up. You guys know how I do things. Let's see. I'm good, bro. How are you? Yeah, I have a few longs on the go and just took that swing short as an edge. Awesome, Coyote. Awesome. I'm doing good though. You know, life's been a little bit hectic recently. We'll talk about more about that later on. I do have to talk about certain things when it comes to the future of the channel, what could be going on here, and we can go ahead and I'll elaborate more, but let's get the tea out of the way first, because like I said, this is going to be a stream where we just hang out, watch price action, hopefully catch some sort of move in the process. And yeah, the first things first, you guys see all my crazy price labels. Let's start off from scratch. Actually, let's start off on the smaller time frame, work our way up. Pretty much for the larger perspective, I'm imagining either we get a larger ABC that allows us to test the, what's the hotkey for this? Alt J. I gotta remember that. Alt J. All right, so either we're in the process of building a larger ABC on the macro time frame, so we go ahead and actually test lower lows. That's going to be a significant buying opportunity if we do actually come back down to retrace below that 15K region. The bullish option is that we're done. This is still an ABC. All right, we can't deny that. I would say the most bullish case scenario is that price action doesn't really care for this, and we just eventually just keep going. That's definitely in the cards. That wouldn't surprise me. But we do have that pivot there. All right. And as long as we're below that 31,100 region, that's going to be a significant shorting point for me, especially due to the larger time frame, the larger separation of trend. I definitely think that this, I mean, even now, you can see that price is struggling to maintain to get back above that pivot. So the longer this holds, the more confident I am starting to be towards the shorts, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm confirming one bias over the other. So 31.1, that is the entry of that short. If you guys are taking that, fantastic. If not, unfortunately, you have plenty of time to do so. Maybe I'll give you another chance. I personally think that if this is going to be the pivot that we reverse off of, this is going to be the one. Right? I don't see any other bearish significant setups on this uptrend, and there's a clear separation between the A and the C. All right, you could have make an argument, or you could have made an argument for this one here, but you got to understand that this ABC ended up becoming part of a larger A. So in this case, due to comparing the actual separation, the size of the pullback, which is something I like to do, you can see this was almost as deep, but even more elongated. So you can see that it took more time to get down here, and the actual amount that it dropped was similar to this one, but obviously it's not exactly the same thing. So for me, when it comes to comparing the pullbacks, that's what I think is the most important part when it comes to identifying ABCs, is if you're in a situation to where you don't know where your ABC is, just compare the pullbacks. If one is more significant than the other, that's going to be your larger B wave. In this case, ABC for an A, B, C to an A, to a B to a larger C. So as the more I look into this, the more I kind of read into the structure, the more that I'm becoming a little bit more bearish, especially on how it's behaving at this region. You can see it just doesn't want to get back above. So definitely a great short opportunity. And to be honest, worst case scenario, we talked about this, I'm riding this all the way back down to 15K. If this is going to be kind of in the middle of the road situation, which is definitely on the table as well, you got to understand that this ABC here is part of a larger A. All right, and maybe this is the bottom, right? This is the bottom, but we're going to go ahead and put in some sort of ABC correction to go ahead and possibly test maybe 20K. I think this would be an amazing case scenario for BTC when it comes to if you are going to be bullish. I definitely can't deny that if we do find support, if we end up not actually going back below the previous pivot, 20K is a good region to go ahead and test as support. So for me, possibly a good DCA point. I'm not too caught up on trying to catch every single DCA. Me personally, I bought chunks down here. I bought chunks at 17K. I bought a little bit at 26K. So like my average, if I had to give you guys an average, I'm probably at like 21K at my average spot entry for BTC. I'll have to go ahead and just double check. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the short side. Let's take a look at the long positions. I realize I'm going to be there going back forever if I keep hitting Control Z. All right, so for the long positions, let's zoom in a little bit. All right, this is playing into the idea that we are actually a lot more bullish than we are, or that we might think we are. To keep that in mind, to keep that perspective in check, just understand the resistance above us. What? Oh, this song is fine. All right, so just keep in mind the perspective above us. Once we break 31K and then also break the previous top at around 31.5, 32,450 is about the next region of resistance we can go ahead and test. Right? If we break through that region, right, the next area that I would be confident to say that is going to be the next area of resistance is going to be around 48.2 or 48,200. That would be a huge opportunity to go ahead and capitalize on that upswing. If that is going to happen, all right, we have to look for a position to allow us to show that price could be going up to test that region. Now, this is mostly playing into the idea that Bitcoin is going to be very bullish and not actually test these lower regions. That maybe we just kind of consolidate, maybe Bart Simpson a little bit, and then just continue the upside. Even though people think Bart Simpsons are bearish, they can be, depending on which direction you're looking at. But in this case, I think this is a bearish one. But I would also make the claim that a lot of the times with these bearish patterns, sometimes you get bullish outcomes. So it's not always the case, but it does happen. But for me, luckily, how I trade, how I do things, we've been catching this move way in advance. We're taking the opportunities to ride the momentum, ride as much of this price move as we can. If we reverse, if we come back down and test these lower regions, I'll take it. You know why? Because at this point, if I get stopped out, we're more than likely going to confirm at least testing 24,750. If that is the case, and we go ahead and do test that previous low or this most recent low off of this downtrend, all right, I can go ahead and walk away from this long position. And at that point, I can ride the momentum of the short. In this case, if we do come back down and break below, this structure ends up becoming more validated, in my opinion. And I'm going to be focusing on just holding the short, letting it play out, and eventually catching another long opportunity, possibly at a lower price point. That's primarily the goal of this set of trades right here, is just to see what price wants to do and just allow ourselves to catch the move. I'm not confident in either one. I'm not overly confident in one. I would say if I had to pick one right now, I'm probably a little bit more bearish just because of how price is behaving, but that can change in the next hour. You know, if we just start pumping, I can obviously change that. Just reposition a short entry on ADA. If it pumps a bit, a bigger ABC short forming, I'll definitely take a look at that, Alif. BetaBot, how you doing, my friend? Can you please take a look at LTC? Definitely. Let me just get through BTC, ETH, and LTC will be on the list. I know it's classic TA methods, but look at the weekly RSI. Pretty sure there was something big. There's some big boy bearish divergence. Throw in the macro key level you're currently knocking on. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is pretty big. That's a big boy bearish divergence. You're absolutely right. Let me draw it out for you guys. But remember, Coyote, remember the broken window theory. If we take a ball, which is the bearish divergence, and we keep throwing the ball at the window, eventually what'll happen is the harder we throw it, and if it doesn't break, that same force, the momentum that was going to be used to push price to the downside, we'll be pushing price to the opposite direction. So if price doesn't respect this bearish divergence and we just keep pumping, this kind of backs up the idea that we can definitely, I mean, you can talk about this one too. I just realized there's another one here. I mean, there's two bearish divergences on the weekly. So to me, going back to the same idea though, if this pressure is building up and it doesn't allow price to actually correct, but we use that momentum to push the upside, then I definitely would be even more confident that we're going to go ahead and test 48K. Thanks, no problem, my friend. Don't we have 43 resistance for 40K? Yes, technically, you're right. We do have 43K. Me personally, it's there. I'll mark it, but I honestly don't see it as significant. When it comes to identifying local lows and local highs, how I do it is every separation and trend matters, but the more significant of the separation, the more I pay attention to it. You can make an argument that this nest of highs is considered a resistance. Yeah, you can. But me personally, I think 43K is definitely in the way. It's the next stop, but I don't think it's the final stop. I think the final test is going to be 48K. So, but we'll see. You're absolutely right, you meant 43K is definitely in the cards. All right. I was talking about the last couple weeks of price action, not that one, but it all adds up. Yeah, the second one. Okay. Yeah, the smaller one. But yeah, even still, we had two massive bearish divergences. So in my opinion, it's the same idea. If this pressure is going to build and we do not, if price doesn't respect the bearish divergence and we keep pumping, that's going to be interesting. I'll just say that. It's going to be very interesting. Let's do ETH. All right, so you can see. Oh, I didn't do the macro. Hold on. Let me change this one. Let's do the macro real quick. So you guys know what is going on with. If you guys don't know what's going on, pretty much we're looking at this as an established ABC. The question is this the beginning or the end of something? All right, if this is going to be the beginning of something, we have to consider this as a, we have to consider this ABC as a larger A. We're working on a potential end of a larger B, and we're going to eventually continue down to a lower C. That is the idealistic bearish case scenario that I personally see of what could be going on. I would love to see this. If this is going, if this is what is going to happen, I'm going to be buying heavy. I'll be honest, I don't have my full spot position. I probably have maybe like a quarter of what I want to put in, just because I'm not too confident in what is going on. I wasn't really too confident on this pump, but I'm honestly saving the rest for another retest to the downside. If we don't get that, that's fine. I'm not going to be too upset about it. But for me personally, I would love to see a continuation downward for the most bearish case scenario. All right. The bullish case scenario is that this ABC is done, and that's all we get. All right. And so now we have to consider what is going on here at price. Two different scenarios. Either we have an A to a B to a C, and we're done for an A. We're going to be working on some sort of B, like I mentioned before. Either we come back down, test lower, or we go actually test 20K, then come back higher. Or what could be happening is that maybe this C leg maybe needs to continue a little bit more, and then we could talk about a consideration of a B wave, or at least this wave completing. Then we can, it's pretty much the same idea, it's just playing out a little bit differently. But because of the structure and how it's formed and how it's completed, this to me is either screaming end of a B wave or end of an A wave, if that makes sense. So we'll just have to wait and see. But that's pretty much it for the macro. Let's do ETH quick. Same thing when it comes to ETH. The question is this the beginning or the end of something? This ABC here, off of the larger macro bearish downtrend. I don't know why I paused there for a second. My mind just froze. ABC here. So me personally, I think that this could be either a end of a C wave or a beginning of a possible larger ABC, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is either this ABC is done and that's it, we're focusing on higher, or we're working on A to a B, and then we need to put in lower low for a C. That would be a fantastic scenario. Same thing for BTC. I will consider buying ETH at $800 again. That'd be a fantastic opportunity. All right, and then if this is going to be bullish, what I personally think could happen is that this ABC, which I mentioned before on as a potential B wave could also be part of a larger A wave, or the C wave is not done. So maybe we're working on an ABC within the C. That's possible. So either that's the case, or we're done and we're working on some sort of A to a B to a C scenario. That'd be a fantastic opportunity as well. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Let's see. Contracts, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. Hope you're doing well. I know you're gonna ask for it. I promise. I'll take a look at XRP. I'll add that to the list as well. We're gonna be pretty much going over everything, at least as much as I can, or as much as I can remember. So I know LTC's next. ADA. Did someone ask? No one asked for anything else yet, right? Yeah, I don't think anyone else asked for anything else besides those two. Okay. So going back down to the smaller time frame, we either have two scenarios, like I mentioned before. Actually, no, the third one I kind of didn't really highlight is that maybe this B wave is all we get, and maybe we are looking for much higher. You guys know how I handle ETH is almost the same way as BTC. If ETH gets back above the previous 2048 resistance and we can continue to push to the upside, I honestly don't see a reason why ETH can't test 3585. That's going to be a fantastic opportunity for me. And hopefully we can capitalize on that. Or regardless, even if we are bearish, we are in the position, we're letting the trades ride. You guys know the trades that I'm in. If you guys don't know the trades I'm in, pretty much all we're looking for is either this short setup at 2030 or this bullish setup at around 1738. And then I'll show you guys what this looks like, what I'm looking for.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. 'Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but
This is pretty much what I'm looking for. I'm either looking for price to test around, I mean, ideally be 1070 if not lower, but 1367 would be a good one. Or I'm looking for price to test 48K. So it's either a 33.3 risk reward ratio on a 3% stop loss, that is massive, or about a 14.5. Or actually, no, it's oh wait, no. Yeah, about a 15 and a quarter to the downside. So we make more money on long positions when it comes to taking leverage positions, or just in general, there's infinite amount of upside to longs, limited amount of downside for shorts. So for us, we make more money. My nose is itchy. Sorry about that. Allergies again. All right, so that's what I'm looking for the trades. Going down to our usual time frame. You guys know the entries. This looks like a possible ABC forming. So definitely keep an eye on that. Hopefully we test that lower. But if we go ahead and put in a lower low around 1624, I would consider taking that, especially if there's going to be no positions on BTC to take if we do continue lower. Let's see. Haha, funny you still remember my always ask. Haha. Yes, all good. What happened? All good happens. Crazy stuff in my life. I got surgery in 25th of June. At the beginning of May, I detect a tumor in my head. Oh. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Was the surgery involving the tumor? Inside of the bad luck, I'm lucky to get to detect it before any symptoms. I mean, that's good. That's definitely good contracts. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. But I'm sorry to hear that. Hope things are all right. Wow, was not expecting that. I'm sorry. So yeah, let's do LTC for beta bot. Oh man, we came up to retest and I didn't. So guys, I messed up. Wait, did I thought I set a limit order. Let me check if I set a limit order. Could have swore I set a limit order. Hold on, let me just check to make sure I got in. No, what was I have an open limit order. Does wait, hold on. Did I mess up? So I had to open up. Basically, I was in a panic, and I figured it'd be easier to make a big get account and just trade off of that as like a separate one, because I forgot to go ahead and actually turn on hedge mode for all my trades on Fairdesk. I messed up on that, so I couldn't open up multiple positions. So I had to open up a backup exchange just to get that trade in, and that's what I've been using, because I've still been holding all my trades on. I think this is where I messed up. Hold on. Yep. God. See, oh no, guys! I put my limit order at 106, and we just missed it. So I initially missed this downtrend, but last night before I went to bed, I put a limit order, and it did not get filled. Everything is 100, everything well, 100% all good. If I share the history is too much, but man, God, universe, higher vibe, something exists over there for sure. I hope I'm glad. I'm glad things are good. I'm glad you're able to catch it. Yeah, no, I definitely, we can go on, I'll go on a top. We can have a conversation about that later. I'm not really a religious person, but I'm not too religious when it comes to practicing religion. I do believe in a higher power. There's a term for that. I forgot the name of it. But I don't want to go too deep into that right now. I'm just filling my water here because I'm almost out. Oh. Ah, shit. I thought I can get the whole thing in here. I just spilled it all over myself. Oh, I'm an idiot. Luckily, I have a towel right next to me. I wet myself. Sorry, guys. On stream. Great. Oh, this chair is wet. Damn it. All right. All right. So for LTC, I apologize. Was trying to keep myself hydrated and ended up spilling my water all over the place. So for LTC, we have this bearish ABC, and I'm not too worried about this position just because I have so many trades open that regardless of what happens, I'm making money anyway. I don't want to spread myself too thin. But guys, this ABC is staring you right in the face. If price is going to reverse, this is going to be the structure that reverses off of. So can't miss it. That's a fantastic trade, and that's pretty much it. I mean, if you're long from down here, I would say hold it just in case, but definitely take a hedge position. Don't be afraid to take both sides. Let's see. Was working from the hospital. One of the privileges of being a trader. Yeah, that's also a great thing. That happens a lot of the times. I miss entries, and opposite too. A lot of times my stop loss stay for about 0.001. Yes, is a chat another day. Discord pro. Yeah, definitely. Right now. Yep, absolutely contract. See, you don't have to go into that. So yeah. LTC is very straight to the point. And then once we get our short setup, which we have, all right, we have to look at previous lows as possible support areas. First one we need to consider is 70.26. From there, we can go ahead and talk about 65.10. And then ultimately, I mean, there's a couple pit stops on the way down, 60.89. But ultimately, I think 47.61 is the lowest I'm looking for if we do not go ahead and break the low. If we do break the low, all right, that's going to complete a much larger bearish structure. Oh, well, I'm on the BitGet chart, but pretty much it would be an A to a B to a C, something like that. There's no price history on BitGet, or not enough price history, but same idea. All right, but if we don't get that, this is part of a larger A. We're looking at this as a larger A to a B to a C. So somewhere we found support around here and continue higher, definitely in the cards as well. All right, let's see. Is it downward for sure? Nothing's for sure, BetaBot. You have to understand that when we take these positions, we're taking them going into it that we have a higher chance of the trade working out. Doesn't mean that it's certain. We just have a higher probability. And this is why I always say try to take positions on both sides at good entry points, because you really don't know what's going to happen. You know, if you're in a long position and you cash out now, what if we just a pullback and we end up blasting off? Right, couple of resistance areas to keep an eye out to the upside are going to be about 133, 143. Well, ultimately, I think the highest area of resistance we can go ahead and test is around 296. So, do you want to, like, if you take profit too early, we actually end up, you know, let's say we have a ginormous swing to the upside, we actually end up testing 296. Well, you just missed out on all that price action because you're a little scared of a bearish setup. Always, always, always take shorts at good entries, take longs at good entries. Make sure, I would say it's not guaranteed all the time that it happens, but if you can get a position to where there's a good amount of distance between the two setups, let price figure it out. Don't rush into these positions. Don't rush to make any decisions too quick. When you put yourself in the best position possible, you can just allow the market to do what it do. What's a good short entry? Let's see if we can find one right now. I don't know if there's one right now at the moment for anything. Oh, let's do XRP. All right, so I haven't taken a look at XRP in a while, but let's see if we can find a short position for short king here. Unfortunately, nothing is really in a position to be shorting right now. Possibly Sol. Possibly Sol. I don't like this. I mean, this is an ABC, but it could be playing into a larger setup, something like this. So maybe you can consider trying to short Sol, but if you are going to short Sol, not financial advice, just keep in mind we have an ABC within the C, which is something I do like to take. Actually, no, the B would be here. So I would say if you are going to short Sol, not financial advice, is how I would do it. This is one of these positions to where, especially on Sol, on a coin like Sol, you got to give yourself some breathing room. Don't be trying to take a 1% stop. Do anywhere from like 4 to 5%. That's something I would do personally. Give yourself like a 4 to 5% stop loss. and possibly target the low. If I didn't stop drinking months ago, I'd be playing a game where you take a shot every time Johnny says, let's see. Unfortunately, is part of my category, part of my vocabulary. Beta bot. Okay, I'll change my name to Long King. That's a good one. It's a good one. Thinking about longing APT with low leverage, maybe 3 to 5x. Let's take a look at that. Before it, let's do XR. I'll take a look at that. I just want to do XRP for contracts. So XRP. I mean, you're still under a bearish pivot. You're still under a bearish pivot. You actually got a retest of that. What it looks like to me, to be honest, looking at this from without too much lines on my chart, this looks like an A to a B to a C. There was really no good short opportunities besides up here, or even the retest. I would say the retest of that larger setup is probably the better one to take. So you got a retest. I would say 40.71 is a good area for a bullish ABC to form. I really don't see anything else besides that. If I go maybe to a smaller time frame, maybe I can find. Even still, if I go zoom in to a 2-hour time frame, I really don't see anything that's too good of a position to take. Yes, I'm starting from the top. My TP is 42.26. Any reason for that? Contracts? I'm curious. I would say if you're going to short the 42.26, me personally, I would just target the local low, but that's just me. You can't switch kingdoms that fast to the low and post it. That's funny. All right. So let's do APT for short king here. So if I go on a larger time frame, unfortunately, coins like this don't have the best price action. The development isn't the best. You have that ABC there. That bullish entry is way too far away. So it looks like this is going to be an ABC. Looks like you came up to retest that level, that region. Looks like you got rejected. There was a bearish setup you could have taken, short king. I mean, if you're gonna take that long position, especially if you're gonna consider more of a swing trade, give yourself some room, 12%. Give yourself some breathing room. Let's see what happens. Target a much larger swing to the upside. That'd still be a nice 60 risk reward ratio if you take that. All right. So yeah. Matic had a short position. I didn't take that. ADA, I'm still in the short on ADA. Maybe if you can get a retest on ADA, I would consider you probably could take that. Never mind, just go back to working at McDonald's. I mean, hey, depending on where you live, McDonald's doesn't pay that bad anymore. I saw a thing. I live in the East Coast. So if you guys don't live in the Northeast, or you guys won't know what this is, but there was a ShopRite in a town that I was visiting, where I was going through and went to go stop to pick up some stuff for 4th of July, and they were hiring night crew workers. All right, so night crew, basically you stock shelves and do stuff overnight. They were paying almost $18 an hour for that, which is pretty insane. To just stock shelves. When I was a kid, I did like 1 or 2 night shifts. And to be honest, like, it's a little bit like, if you're not, it's good to keep you in shape. It wasn't that bad. Like, I basically was allowed to listen to music, had my headphones in. All I did was take stuff off pallets, move it onto carts, move it onto the shelves, stock the shelves. It wasn't that bad of a job. That was years ago though, so I was only getting paid. I think I was getting paid like 9 something. It was less than $10 an hour when I was doing that. So that's crazy. You're getting paid almost $18 an hour to stock shelves. So I'm sure McDonald's isn't that far behind. Oh, let's see. Going back to 88 bigger short setup coming up. Yes, I'm definitely considering that as well. Alif, definitely considering that. Definitely considering that. We'll have to just wait and see. Let's see. Contracts. Let's go back to XRP. ABC top from 05563 June 13th. Okay. To 16 June. Oh no, 13 June. Yeah, 13 June, then to 16 June. 45.42. That's A. That's B. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. This one, right? Let me know if I'm correct, contracts. Let me know if I'm correct. I think you're talking about this one. If you're talking about that one, yes, that is a bullish setup. Absolutely. And it could absolutely be part of a larger A to a B to a C. Absolutely. That's the other idea. But if we do continue to trend in the downside, just keep in mind that I honestly think that we can go ahead and test 40 cents. Especially if we break lower past this pivot and we don't reclaim it. Let's see. Never mind. Just go back to working at McDonald's. Taking profits for lower low in case of truncated. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. 22 an hour? Holy crap. I should go back to working at McDonald's. God damn. Well, actually, I never worked at McDonald's, but... I tell you what, market makers are in no hurry to go up or down sometimes, and sometimes Bitcoin can't get there fast enough for them. Makes trading very hard, I think. Yeah, I think that's a fair point, Crypto Beehive, yeah. But I also think that it provides opportunity in situations like this, especially when we're using larger stop losses for coins like BTC. If we were trying to trade this on a 1%, we'd be getting eaten alive. Actually, let's see, maybe. Actually, no. You probably got stopped out like 2 times, maybe 3. Yeah, 2 or 3 times. That's still not that bad. And if you take it even to the local low, it's a 16. It's almost a 17 risk reward ratio. But it's definitely gonna fake some people out. McDonald's at Dubai, Johnny. Oh crap, you're right. Oh no, it's okay. All right, guys. Thank you, Ali, for reminding me. If you guys. I just gotta go ahead and shout out today's sponsor of the stream, which is going to be, let me pull it up, which is going to be Fairdesk. So if you guys are interested in looking for a new platform, it has everything we need as ABC traders. So if you guys are interested, looking for a new exchange to trade on, if you click the link in the description below, if you sign up, deposit, and trade, it does come back to support me in the channel. Just letting you know, I get a kickback from part of your trading fees. If you're going to pay trading fees, you might as well, I would appreciate the support if you're going to trade fees anyway. But absolutely not required. Always, guys, and I'm going to be upfront. Fairdesk is paying me to talk about them. And I always, I do my research beforehand. I do like the platform. It's very straightforward. I like the way, I like the UI. I like how everything is clear and concise for you. If you guys do end up signing up and depositing, I always say this and I always will. Never, ever, 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 ever put all of your money that you're trading on into one exchange, right? Always keep your trading account in a separate wallet and transfer funds as needed, right? Usually I like to keep around probably 10-ish% of my account into an exchange to make sure I have enough money to actually take the trades. As I'm saying this, I know I'm not being a good role model. You can see there's a good amount in this account. All right, I can't deny that. I'm doing this for educational purposes only. I am showing you guys what you can make on a larger swing account. All right, these are primarily swing trades that I'm taking, and allowing me to show you that if you have a lot more money and use more relaxed positions, you can still make a good amount from doing so. But guys, don't do this. Always deposit what you need. Never deposit your full amount, because things might be okay today, right? Things can change tomorrow. Things can change in 12 hours. You really don't know what's going to happen. So never, ever, ever put your full amount into any exchange. Thank you for reminding me to leave. But yeah, guys, go check it out if you want to support the channel. Would greatly appreciate it. Yes, but I'm shorting to take profit at 42 if we continue going down. If not, just take market profit. That sounds like a good plan, contracts. Definitely can't be upset with that. That's a good plan. He don't need it no more. Lifer said 3522 is a key pivot for resistance. If it breaks, we go up, he said. Let's see what the man with the suit says. 30 off of what? It's probably off of some EMA or some BS that he uses. I'm not saying EMAs are BS, but yeah, I don't know. That's such a small pivot. That's such a small pivot. What's your OnlyFans account? I don't have one, Short King. I'm going to be starting up my own website where all these OnlyFans girls have all this money. They don't know what to do with it. So I'm going to be starting my own, teaching these girls how to trade, possibly topless on screen. Just kidding. Don't do this. Don't expect that. I'm not doing that. That might be a fun idea. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and this guy was interviewing some dude, and he has its own website, and it's not a porn website, but it's like soft, like nudity. I don't even know what you would call it. But he invites these girls and they play games together, and they do activities together, but they do them naked. I thought it was really fucking funny. I don't know. I forgot the name of the fucking website. But I thought that was a funny idea. And you always see videos online of guys doing e-dates and stuff. I was like, why don't we teach these girls how to make money? How come you're still trading off of Bybit charts? To be honest, Coyote, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just so used to using Bybit. I probably should use Coinbase or Binance. But that's a great point. All right, time for Tinder, guys. I'm not used. Maybe later. I'm in. That would make money. To be honest, maybe down the line. I'm still using Bybit. I'm so happy. I'm jealous, Coyote. I am really jealous. You can pay $500 to get a citizenship, a digital citizenship at some random country. To be honest, I might consider doing it. I've been considering it for a while. I just can't justify putting that type of money. But if all these exchanges keep crumbling and they keep either requiring KYC, or if they can't, or if they're implementing some BS rule where we can't trade and I have to keep hopping around exchanges, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna pay for it and just use Bybit. Be a dual citizen. But yeah, I thought about doing something like that as a website if I really wanted to go full degenerate. But some people would not be happy with me. I'll just say that. Some people would not be happy with me. If any of you guys steal my idea, I get a cut. That's my. You guys heard it here first. My idea. My idea. By 5%? Absolutely not. I get a way bigger cut than 5%. Unless it's a 5% a flat fee, absolutely not. I want like a third. You gotta haggle. Do you have to get a phone number with the digital citizenship as well? Let me find what country. Guys, do you remember what country it was? Is it? No, it's not Estonia. Yes, that's what it is. Paul. Can't spell for shit. Does anybody have, if anybody has the link for it, I forgot where it was. But oh, come on. If anybody has the link and they want to send it to me in the Discord. I'm pretty sure you don't have to have a separate phone number. I think you just have to. My old community leader said I stole her video of doing YouTube videos. Well, I mean, that's a little bit. That's a little bit generic. Oh, I forget. Oh, I found it. I think I found it. Yes, this is it. So, you know what's crazy? You could like imagine using this for Costco. I don't understand it. Like, if you guys don't know what Costco is, pretty much what Costco is like a mega store in the US that like that sells everything and everything you can imagine in bulk for cheaper, or cheaper per unit. But yeah, you can, all you need to do is, I'm pretty sure you just need to send them a picture. You just send them like a specific picture of you, like a face shot, and you just send them information, and then they'll just print it for you. And you can buy packages, so like a year, 5 year, 10 years. I don't know what this song is, by the way. Yeah, this is the official one. There's a lot of links. Got to find a legit one. Yeah, it's docsrns.id. When I saw the Costco links, I lost my mind. Or when I saw like the places you can use this at, I lost my mind. I thought it was hilarious. It just brings me to the same website. Let's see. Couldn't look at topless girls on screen in here. She's gonna take long. Everything would take on a new meaning. Not much resistance from the girls. I'm telling you, Darren. Darren, it would be a cool idea. It'd be funny. I think it'd be fun, and you get to see some tits. Why not? Is that even a real country? This sounds like a countdown. Yeah, this is like a countdown song. Do I not have any more? All right, hold on. I gotta go to. Is that even a real country? I'm pretty sure it is. Is that actually the pictures? Yeah, it's like, yeah. So it's above, it's like above Indonesia. It's a small country in Indonesia. Is this what this looks like? Wait, is this even like... I might have to go visit Palau. Palau. I can't even fucking... Palau? Is that how you pronounce it? This place looks nice. That'd be funny if like this is all it was, is just a bunch of trees on an island. I don't know why they keep taking pictures of this. I guess this is like a... But yeah. It looks pretty nice. Oh yeah, there's a lot of different islands to this. Okay. But yeah, Palau is a real... Palau is a real country. You can get an online citizenship there. So I'm definitely considering that if I am going, especially like I said, if these platforms are just going to keep disappearing and I have to keep jumping around to different trading exchanges, I'm just going to pay the money so I don't have to deal with it. Hopefully I can get accepted. comments, responding to messages. All right. Let's see. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, we're just hanging out. Like I said, I'm gonna be here probably for a little while. I don't really have nothing much going on today, surprisingly. It's always like the beginning of July. Like as soon as July 1st hits, the first 3 or 4 days, I am absolutely swamped with stuff to do. I got birthdays out the wazoo. I mean, this one was extra busy because I went to Florida last week. And, yeah. All right, let's see.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star. Flying over streets and the broken heart.
Johnny, do you remember the meme coin I was telling you about a couple weeks ago called YDYM? Check the chart, please. Yeah. Alif, if you're about to tell me that this thing blasted off. Wait. I'm gonna be very upset. When did you suggest this? When did you suggest this? Let me know when did you say this, because if you said it down here, I'm gonna be a very that's all right. It's almost a 10x, right? It's almost a 10x. Yeah, it's about 11x. I got it in pre-sale at 0.44. Damn, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Not financial advice, but take it and run. Take it off the table and run. That's an awesome play, dude. That's an awesome play. I should have listened. Jason Tally, how is the stranger on Fairdesk copy trading doing? I like that. Unfortunately, the stranger hasn't been doing it too much. I just don't. Well, the person doesn't have a lot of time, or at least it hasn't had a lot of time recently. You know, me managing my accounts, managing the challenge account, managing him to trade the copy trading account. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'll say this. Yeah, screw it. The platform is kind of pushing this person to do so. And I'm not the biggest fan of that, to be honest. This person was kind of, The person wanted to try this out, and I wanted to look to see how it was structured, and I don't like the way it's structured. The problem with doing stuff like that is that they're basically allowing you to set like exact parameters for your risk to reward, stop loss percentage, which in theory can help you, but at the same time can't, like, it also limits you, because we don't know the true R&R of a trade. So if you set a fixed R&R of the positions, you could be cutting yourself out too short, unless there's a thing to where you can take a trade, set a ridiculous R&R, and just exit whenever you want, or exit whenever the copy trader exits. That would be okay. I haven't messed around with it, or the person hasn't messed around with it too much. But the way how we do things is so simple, guys. And I'm not trying to say that, like, I don't think you need stuff like this. I see why it's enticing. I absolutely understand that. But this is more meant for people to kind of like think that they're able to make passive income very easily by, you know, taking multiple trades a day. That's not how we do things. So that's what kind of like that side of trading pushes, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but eventually it'll get down to it. I will make sure that person gets down to figuring out what's the best. I just haven't had the time to do so, because this is not my priority list. But yeah. All right, I'm gonna jump off. See you guys later in the week. Sounds good, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by. Steven, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Really do appreciate you. I don't know why I can't talk. BetaBot, thank you so much for stopping by, my friend. Good to see you as always. Have a good weekend if I don't see you. Oh, I thought you were saying bye to us all of a sudden. No. I'm just saying bye to those who are popping in and out of chat. Like I said, I'm gonna be here for a little while. Hopefully we can catch a move. The goal is just to hang out. Like if you guys want me to look at something, please let me know. Maybe are we done with this playlist? Maybe I'll figure out something to do to pass time. Sorry, I'm just responding to messages here. Can you look at Ant? Yeah, absolutely. What's the best exchange for that, Crypto Beehive? Let me know what the best exchange is. I'm on MEXC. All right, let's do MEXC. MEXC. Okay, the chart does look better on this. Let's do. Is there anything more? Is there anything with more price history? Okay. All right. I'm just gonna use Binance because there's a lot more price history on this. And unfortunately, there's not really. It just seems like it just goes sideways. Let's see. Let's do. All right, no ABC there. So this is an ABC here. This is the structure I'm looking at. Okay, then I will see you tomorrow. Nothing much. Thanks for the TA. No problem. I will not be here tomorrow. Sunday. All right, you can see, look, this turned into a support resistance flip off of this setup. Let me get my where's my, oh, it's like, where's my drawing tool? So support, resistance, back to support again. So that was good. I really don't see any bullish positions to take. So it looks like it's still trending upwards. I would say if you're going to take a short, that would be a good short entry around 396. If you're looking for longs, let me zoom back out a little bit. Because of the constant higher highs, there's no bullish ABC position. It just looks like it's all just higher highs, lower highs. I would want, oh, you did have one here though. Oh, that, wait, was that one? I can't tell. Hold on. Yes, that was a lower low. So you would have been longing off of this entry here. I'm not sure if you snagged that or not, but technically that was a lower low. Late to the party. How we doing, guys? Doing good, man. What's your positions, Johnny? So everything's the same, Harold. I didn't take anything new. So we're BTC. We are doing LTC, ETH. I missed out on the LTC trades because I'm a big dumb idiot and I forgot to set the right entry. So I set my position higher on a retest and I just missed the entry on the limit order. So I'm currently sitting on the sidelines when it comes to LTC. LTC is a fantastic position though. I think I'm still in ADA. Still in ADA short. All right, off of this setup, but we do have a possible larger one forming. Something Alif mentioned earlier in the stream. Everything's going good though. We're still in our positions. I think what else? We're long and short on EDA. We're long and short on BTC. We're long and short on ETH. I really don't want to add any more positions, guys. I'm really very, very deep in positions already. So. Let's see. Oh, okay. It took the LTC one, but I already got stopped out a bunch of times earlier. What kind of stop loss were you using? Let me go back to LTC. Oh, I see. Okay, I can see how this was a headache. I don't think you need to explain yourself. Let me see what. Yep. Okay, I can see. Unfortunately, like I said, I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, so I could see how you've been stopped out a lot. Let's count. Stopped out once, maybe twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Wow, 6 times. Damn. 3%. Yeah, you would have got it absolutely destroyed. I didn't even realize that. You would need to get down to 86 just to break even. ETH going down. Let's take a look at ETH real quick. ETH going down. What time frame? ETH hasn't moved since we started the stream. Take a look at XRP. Absolutely, Jason. Absolutely. So XRP, I mentioned this earlier. So there's a couple different ideas I have for XRP at the moment. 2 of them stick out on a larger time frame. The first one is this bullish ABC here. So it looks like we might be coming down, putting that lower low. The other one is that maybe this is not done. Maybe doing some sort of ABC like this. A to a B to a C. All right, and maybe possibly take the high out. If that does happen, ABC here. So that definitely could be a situation where we're building up an even larger structure. I'm not there yet. I definitely can be, but we'll have to wait and see. I think we're closer to the bullish entry of the yard to the bearish entry. So just keep that in mind. And on the smaller time frame, if I zoom in a little bit more, we do have this one with the possibility of it even a smaller one. So you have that ABC there. All right, with the possibility of even a lower entry. But I'm not too keen on chasing the lower one. I'll probably chase the larger one if I could. 4 hour. Oh, yeah. On the 4 hour for ETH, yeah, ETH definitely has made a move to the downside. Did you catch the big spot position on Link? I did not. I'm. How long did I talk about Link? I talked about Link for forever. But this range has been going on for Link forever. That would have been your low. This would have been your high. So it's hard. Fortunately I messed up. If we come back down, maybe I might pick some up, but I just don't like the way this looks. This looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. It's crazy how violently the account grows. You have a bunch of positions in the same direction. So dangerous. Yeah, that's why I try not to keep myself or basically buy into anything too heavily on one side, especially multiple coins. You'll find out very quick that if you spread yourself too thin, you're either going to be winning a lot or losing a lot. Basically, it depends on the variables and depends on how your trades work out, but it can be aggressive in one way or the other. So for me, that's the reason why I'm not trying to, dip my toes into every single ABC. If I do, there's nothing wrong with taking those positions, but adjust your risk, right? Instead of using my usual 3% risk, 3% stop loss, I might use a 3% risk with a 1.5% stop or 1%, or sorry, 3% stop with 1.5 to 1% risk, to where I can manage multiple coins at the same time, but it just becomes a pain in the ass. Like, sometimes I have a hard time managing 3 positions. Like, for example, I was just being stupid and missed out on the LTC trade, just because I have so many trades open already. So for me, I just don't want to spread myself too thin. And yeah, but you're absolutely right, Harold. Absolutely right. If not hard dump, BTC will be slow again. Dump it hard dump. Devil, I definitely think that is, yeah, I think we're getting to a point to where we're consolidating. And I think what's going on here is I think BTC is basically creating these not massive, but these larger wicks to the upside and the downside to basically shake people out as much as they can out of their positions. And then what'll happen is it'll make a move. You can see we got aggressive wicks on both sides. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to basically either scare people or make people excited to jump in the trades, stop them out, and then make the final move. So I definitely think something is boiling up to be a larger move. We are below a bearish pivot. So for me, I'm more prioritized to the bearish side. But we absolutely can pump. We absolutely can still pump. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I have some nice range trades off of Link. Yeah, unfortunately, I just didn't play it. Is 1% better than 3% if I only trade one coin? 1% like stop loss or 1% risk? Let me know, Raphael. Dot made perfect ABC. Let's take a look at that, Umit. Let's take a look. Dot.
We gon' break up, then we make up. Act like we're gonna be friends.
Which one?
Take me higher.
Stop loss. Yeah, I would say if you're gonna trade less coins, you could possibly get away with a smaller stop loss. Just because if you're trading 3 or 4 coins, or you're trading multiple positions at the same time, when it comes to managing trades with smaller stop losses, you're gonna have to micromanage a lot. So if you want to, yeah, I would say you're gonna get a better overall risk to reward ratio. Do not risk 3% on a 1% stop loss. Do not. Let's see. Sell. Did I miss the Wordle yet? Nope, Victor. We're still just hanging out. I figured I've cut the last 2 streams kind of short. So, me personally, I think that I figured I'd hang out for a little bit longer and just see what's going on. a way ago on a macro level. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep. Same thing with ADA. ADA had a really good ABC as well on a macro. ADA had this ABC. But we're just hanging out. $425. Yeah, you're talking about this one, right? That's a good one you made, if that's the one you're talking about. You want to play some Wordle? I'm not going to leave, guys. This is just, I have so many tabs open. Like shit I was watching. We'll play Wordle. I'm not gonna end the stream after. We're just doing this to hang out. I'm gonna trade till I buy a Lambo, then quit trading. Do you have like a full-time job, Raphael? See, the problem is with doing, like, I think having good expectations. I want to go over something, right? I want to go over something when it comes to like calculating what is possible with trading, because you guys have to get a more realistic grasp of what you can make in trading. First of all, the realistic perspective is that you should not be trying to chase trades every single day. Trading is hard enough as it is. Doing things to make it more complicated is not going to give you better results. In trading, more equals less. All right, I talked about this in my Beyond the Wicks video. I gotta get back on that channel. I'll be posting videos on that channel soon. I keep putting it off. But soon we got. I'll maybe we'll talk about this. But you guys understand what's realistic in trading, and I think the best way to put it in perspective is to focus on swing trades. And I don't think trading full time is realistic for everyone. Even for me, I do this full time. I make decent money doing this on YouTube and online, but to be honest, I'm still pulling money in my accounts. All right, I'm still trading is funding my life to an extent, but I don't like having to take money out of my accounts that I could be compounding with. So to be honest, I guess is a good way to talk about this. Coming here shortly, within the next couple months, I might have to change the streaming schedule. I'm not too sure if that's certain, because to be honest, as much as doing this full time is great, I love having the freedom. The problem is I need to find something to supplement the money that I'm taking out of trading. I don't like to take out money. And unfortunately, I used to do stuff like DoorDash. I used to stuff like gig work, part-time jobs, which I probably will consider. I know recently DoorDash has been very dead, like not busy in my area. Even though I would say where I live is kind of, what is going on? Sorry, my neighbors upstairs are just throwing stuff around. All right. So pretty much my issue is that I don't want to take money in my accounts, even though, yes, I theoretically could live off of trading. I want to save as much money as I can, because I'm pretty much pulling out what I make, if not a little bit more. It's because my swing trades are pretty, or they're not that aggressive, and I'm not using my entirety of my account. If I was using my entirety of my account, yeah, definitely I can go ahead and focus on trading full time, but I don't want to risk everything that I have. So to me, I need to figure out something to pay the bills. Like I said, unfortunately, I do want to keep doing this. as much as I love the freedom, as much as I love having the time to do this and basically do what I want, it's getting to a point now that I need to consider possibly supplementing that income somehow. And that might require changing the streaming schedule. So I'm not too sure. Nothing's set in stone. All right. And if something is set in stone, I promise I will make a video. I will let you guys know. I will inform you, keep you up to date. I am not quitting this. I'm not going to stop streaming. If anything, I might have to change the consistency. Either I'll do it late at night or later in the evening, or I'll have to do it maybe once, twice a week and give you guys pre-recorded updates, something like that. I don't want to take that route, but unfortunately, just because of the time of what I might be doing or whatever I figured or whatever I decide to do, it's going to take up the time of streaming. So it's not official yet, but I'm just letting you guys know that I'm in that position to where I might have to consider backing off of YouTube a little bit. I'm a trade. Let's see. I still work full time. I'll use a 4-hour time frame just to make it greater capital for the future. Yes, Raphael. Thank you. That's what I try to preach. If you guys are working full time, you guys have to understand. For example, I think right now using this strategy with the parameters that I'm using, so 3% risk, 3% stop loss on the account, I am making about 5 to 10% a month. Let's round it in the middle, 7.5. All right. Right now, the account's sitting around $2,000. It's unrealized. So let's just say 2,000, make it easier. Let's say I trade this for 2 years. All right. $2,000 turns into 11,000. Fantastic. That's a decent amount of change. That's basically a 5x in the last 2 years, or in the next 2 years. All right. Let's say I have $10,000, same percentage, 56,000. Right. But let's say I had $250,000. Keep this in mind. If you have a big account like this, do not use the same risk parameters. So in turn, theoretically, your win percentage should be less than what this is. Let's say, for example, we cut our risk. Let's say our monthly profit rate to like 2.5%. Because like I said, we're backing off the risk. We're backing off our risk parameters. We're not being as aggressive in our trading. Watch what happens when I do this for 2 years. So you still make a good amount of money. All right. But in the beginning, if $6,000 is okay. Okay. Let's say you wanted to make all right, let's say you take out half of that every month. All right, so right off the bat, if you have $250,000, you're averaging about $3,000 a month to take home. And this is only with a 2.5%. I think honestly, this might be a little bit aggressive. Let's just do 2% and then 1% here. All right, over the course of 2 years, like in the beginning, it's going to be slow, but by the time you get to like the second year, you're only about $3,000 a month. If you do this for 5 years, let's say 4 years, you can see the growth is not as consistent, but you're still making a good amount of money to live off of every day. And that's the overall goal of this, is to get to a point to where trading becomes stable to where you can still grow it. And in trading, it's always about making money. All right, it's always about you need money to make money. So if you have $1 million, and let's say you're using this, even if you cut this in half, because remember, when you're doing this, you have to be less aggressive. If you have $1 million, all right, and you're using even less risk parameters and you're being less aggressive, you're still not making that. You're still making I would say an average living, $60K a year. That's a little bit above it's about average, a little bit above average. But if you do this, let's say for 5 years, it doesn't add that much, but it does continue to grow. So just keep that in mind. You need money to make money in this game. And when you make money, you need to risk less in order to make the same amount of money. So, the goal, I don't know what a good number is for me. you know, you guys can figure out what you want to do with this. But if you have $5 million, I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot, but just trying to paint you guys a perspective of what's possible. If you have $5 million using the same risk parameters, all right, you could expect to make 200 grand a year off of living off trading, and that's very, very conservative. But it really, it just to paint you guys. Wait, is that 5 million? Yeah, it's to paint you guys a perspective of what's realistic. I can tell you this: I do not have $5 million. I don't even have anything close to $5 million. So for me, it doesn't make it's hard for me to do this consistently and make a living. I really have to go ahead and grow into this. So you can mess around with this all you want, see what works for you. If you want to be really aggressive with an account like this, let's say you want a 2,000, and this is where I was getting at before, Raphael. Let's say you're working every month, and let's say you're working, and every month you put money into the account. All right, I don't know how much money you make. I'm not gonna ask. Let's say, for example, let's just do different numbers to give you different ideas of what's realistic. Let's say you start off with $2 grand, and let's say tomorrow, all right, I decide to work part-time, or at least I decide to get a job, and I dedicate $500 a month to the account. Remember, 7.5%. All right, this is using the same aggressive risk parameters. That 11 grand that we had before turned into $44,000 in the exact same amount of time. And all you had to do is chip in an extra $500. And over time, it does accumulate. And then basically what this does is that it actually, I'm not saying it skews your winning percentage, but what it does do is it amplifies the amount of money you can make. So if you dedicate $500 on a $2,000 account for 2 years, that's a lot of money. That's nothing to turn 2 grand into 45K. That's very respectable. If you make more money, let's say you make a little bit more money, you can dedicate a little bit more money to the account. Let's say you put $1,000 a month. Congratulations, in 2 years, that turned into 78 grand. All right. I don't know. Let's say you have $5,000. You can mess around with this, figure out what you want to do. I would say if you want to be more realistic, aim towards the lower end of the range. The reason why I'm able to make 7.5% a month is because I'm consistent. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a very long time. If you guys are relatively new to this and you guys don't have a good grasp on trading and ABCs, risk management, etc., you're not going to be able to pull this off. So it depends on your skill level. It depends on how long you've been doing this. If you're able to be consistent with it, to me, I'm able to be consistent with it. So to me, 7.5% is absolutely realistic. But let's say I start off with 5 grand, and let's say I'm making a little bit more money at a job. Let's say I can dedicate $1,000 a month and do this passively, or borderline passively. All right, so now in 2 years, all right, you made an extra $95,000 off of 24 grand. Well, actually, it's about almost 30,000. That's still pretty damn good. Let's say you want to continue this for another year. All right, let's say you just keep doing it. Eventually, at some point, the money you're depositing is not going to make it have a big effect or make a huge dent, but it still helps. So it really depends on exactly what your parameters are. You could set, so I suppose I'm burning. You can set this to whatever you want. But the risk percentages, to me, I would say 5% a month is more realistic. But for me, because I'm more consistent and I'm more experienced, I can get away with 7.5. And to be honest, it's probably higher. You know, I think we're sitting on month 8 right now. All right. And we took $1,000 or a little $1,100. 11, let's say 1,200 to make it even. They're sitting at 2,000. Divide that by 1,200. Nope, I'm stupid. 1,200. Divide that by 2,000. All right. We made about 60%. Divide that by 8 months. All right, it's about 7.5%. But these trades aren't done yet. Once these trades are done, the amount's going to increase a little bit more. So I'd say after these next couple of trades, we're going to be sitting hopefully around averaging about 10% a month. There's points where it's been higher. So I would say 7.5 to 10% is ideal, but I'm even lowballing it. You can lowball it even more. Let's see. The bot plus ABC on a 2 to 4 hour time frame made it possible for me to pretty much do everything I want while being in trades without too much hassle. That's the goal, Harold. The goal is to basically allow you to set up the trades and set up a bot to go ahead and manage the trades for you, and you just walk away. Just walk away. And it literally becomes like a money printer, like an ATM for you. Totally changed my time perception in the markets. Yep. Especially if you can add money to an account that's compounding. Look what is possible in 3 years. That is nothing. That is a chunk of change right there. So yeah. Use the money that you make trading for a down payment on something, like use leverage in real life, buy assets. Yes. And that's my goal. My goal is to basically do that and take it to another level. You know, use that money, leverage it for like a mortgage or leverage it for something like a rental property. I eventually want to move over to that, add to that aspect in, you know, buy rental properties and all that stuff. I think that would be a great end goal for me. Even still, even if you want to live off of like a 401k or live off of making money off of ETF, you know, if it averages about 10% a year, take half of that out to live off of. Now, obviously, you're going to need a lot more money to live off that, but figure out what your retirement goals are. To me, I'm not trying to, I can say realistically, I don't want to say too much. Let's say I'm doing this now to prepare myself. Let's say you make about, let's say 10% a year. Right, and then each year you take out half to live off of. What are you going to need in order to live off of for the rest of your life? Let's say 20 years. Oh, I just realized I was like, why is it so low? It's $5,000. Obviously, off of $5,000, it's chump change. But let's say you had 500,000. 500,000 would turn into 1.3 mil over the course of 20 years. And you're going to be making a decent amount of money, but figure out how much you want to live off of. All right. If you can live off 30 grand a year, that's great. Work up to 500K, put it into a traditional ETF or 401k that averages you about 8 to 10% a year. Take half of it out, live off of that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to live off more, let's say $1 million, 20 years. $1 million turned into 2.6. So, you know, I'm 28. By the time I'm 50, it's gonna be worth over almost 3 mil. All right, I'm gonna be making almost about 60K a year in the next couple of years. By the time I hit 50, it's gonna be up to 130. You can figure out set whatever goals you want. To me, I have my own goals of what I want to accomplish, what I think I can accomplish, but it really depends on your parameters. Figure this stuff out now. But as long as you understand what's possible and what's realistic in trading, then you can go ahead and plan accordingly to what the next steps are. Let's see. The stock market is, yep, exactly. Anything that passes that is gold. Yep. It's so funny. Like, eventually in the longer term, I would love to work for a hedge fund or start my own. If you guys know Kite, I think Kite's going to start one in probably the next 20 years, 10, 20 years. I would love to be a part of that team. And I think that'd be a fantastic opportunity. I also trying to think what else. Yeah. To be honest, the percentage on ABC is so high, even with the 1% stop loss. It was minimum 5 to 10% per month for me. Yeah, that's what I usually say. About, I would say 7.5 is a good realistic number. It's higher for sure. You know, if you still invest this kind of money for the last 10 to 20 years of your life, it would still give you a good amount to live off of. Yeah. But to me, I think it's a little bit real. This is. I'll let you guys know my expectations, my goals for my life. At some point, ideally, what I would like to be at is I would like to be to a point to where retiring 100% just off of living off of your money is great. I don't necessarily want to approach it that way. Do I want to work for the rest of my life? Absolutely not. But if I can put myself in a position to where I can work a job that I like working, all right, and don't mind putting in the hours for, but still making money off my investments and combining the two to give myself a lifestyle that I can live and do whatever I want, that is the ideal scenario for me for retirement. Is working a job and not being reliant on that job, right? If I wanted to quit tomorrow, I could. That's the goal. The goal is to basically be able to still do what I want to do. If I want to work a job, I'm going to work a job that I enjoy doing or something that I want to pursue, but not have to rely on it. If I work a job I don't like, I want to put myself in a position where I can be like, screw you. I'm not, well, not screw you, but I don't need this. That's basically what happened off of my last job. I was in a scenario where I was making okay money. I got fired in November. And I said, and I basically, a lot of people would be mad, upset. They would be stressed out, maybe trying to figure out what's next for their life. For me, I was none of those. I wasn't mad. When they told me, when they basically dropped the news to me, I shook everyone's hand. I said, hey, no hard feelings. Appreciate the opportunity. I worked with a bunch of good people. Can't complain about it. I was not mad. When I got home, I was just kind of like, huh, well, this, I guess, is a new start, or I'm turning over a new page in my life. From there, started doing this, doing okay. And I wasn't worried. I wasn't stressed. I wasn't upset. I wasn't angry, because I don't need to be. What's the point? So for me, it's one of those scenarios that I would love. Once I got a taste of what that's like, that is what I want in my life, is that I want to be able to work a job that I don't mind working. And if things change tomorrow, I don't have to rely on it. I always still have a backbone. So that's what I'm aiming for personally. If you still, yeah, to live off of, yes, that's the way I'm aiming for. Yeah, that's exactly. I don't think there's nothing wrong with working a job. I find it so funny when people come into chat and they say, like, if I talk about getting a job or talk about doing something on the side, but if you make all this money online, why do you have to go ahead and work a part-time job? Why do you have to go ahead and work? It's because I want to, all right? As much as, like, trust me, there's a point to where you can go ahead and retire and, you know, basically screw off and do whatever you want. I'm not there yet. Would I like to get there? Absolutely. But, you know, I think getting to that point is a lot of work, and I definitely will consider it. And to me, it's a snowball effect. So once I get the ball rolling, make a lot of money or make good money doing what I do, eventually that'll compound and grow to a bigger ball to where I can get to that point very fast. Then there is my way, which is party every night, meet a cute rich girl and married her and didn't screw up and still marry 30 years later. True story. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Good for you, man. Congratulations. Yep. Congratulations. All right, let's play some Wordle. Why is... I just realized, how come you guys didn't tell me my green screen was being... There you go. So I got a key light next to me. There you go. Let's see. After starting my own business and getting a taste of it, I can't imagine going back to a 9-to-5. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. There's jobs out there in 9-to-5s that aren't that bad. And ideally, I would love to run my own business. My dream goal is to be able to do this, you know, make a really good living doing this online. You know, I always see the Tom Crowns, the Crypto Faces, the Jason Caspers, and do I agree with everything they're doing? Absolutely not. I'm not the biggest fan of how they approach trading. But one thing I can't ignore is that they make a good money doing so, or the good amount of money, the good money. They make a good living doing so, and I know for a fact. Right? Look, off of my commissions, when it comes to what I make off commissions, when it comes to Fair Desk, I make enough to probably buy a cup of coffee every day or every other day. Right? It's nothing that serious. And I have a small following. These guys have way bigger of an audience than I do. They promote way more frequent trading. to get basically people to pump money into their affiliate links. And I know for a fact they make a killing off of. Now, I think there's nothing wrong with doing so. I know if you guys know Kite, he's super against that for some reason. Well, he's super against how they do things. I think there's nothing wrong with shilling. There's nothing wrong with having a course. There's nothing wrong with promoting yourself and selling yourself, as long as you're doing it on a platform or on a basis that is on good information. For me, I believe I'm doing things that's based off of good information. Kite's doing things, or Kite's trading and promoting and teaching ways that's good based off of good information. A lot of these guys are not. So I think there's nothing wrong with doing that. And a lot of like Raphael said, Market Cipher, I don't have a physical trading product to sell. All I have to sell is my knowledge, right? And showing you guys how to do things. And that's ultimately my goal. I would love to help you guys out. The result of me being here was a part of, well, is a result of me listening to Kite and being in your perspective. All right, guys, I was in your shoes. A lot of you guys watch me, look for what I have to say, take positions if needed, and I do appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for following me. It really means a lot to me. I never thought I would be in a position like this. At first, I was doing it with Kite. So Kite was taking trades. I was following his trades, learning from him, and then I did it myself. The goal for me is to be able for you guys to do the exact same thing. Hang out, take the trades, learn how to trade, learn what real trading is. And if you guys want to spread the word, teach people, that'd be fantastic. But, I think ultimately if I can help at least one person on here change their life, or at least put them in a better position, I can walk away happy, because Kite did that to me. So that's always been my goal. Does it make sense to me to take money out of the account? The account is the car you're sitting in. All I want that MF to be fast at some point, just work a little bit to pay for food and stuff. Exactly. That's all I want. I just don't think it makes sense to pull money out of your account, especially we're still in the bear market, guys. I don't think we're even close to being in a bullish position yet. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do when it comes to work. I'm on two different sides here. All right, let me tell you guys both sides. So one side is I'm on the point to where either I focus on working something part-time, something I don't make a lot of money on, just to cover bills, and then grow the trading account. Grow the trading account. The other side is maybe I pursue a career in something, focus on making money, then pump more money into my account so I can make even more, and then focus on maybe choosing a different career path. I don't know which one to take. The first side I told you guys about, would allow me to do this more frequently and be able to be available for you guys. The caveat to that is that I might be missing out on future gains because I'm relying more on you guys signing up for my Discord, trading under my affiliate links. I use that money to fund my lifestyle, but when I go back to working part-time or full-time, depending on decide what to do, all that money I'm going to be making is going right back into my trading. The other side, which is the second option, all right, I'm in a position to where I can either go back to working full-time. I won't be around as much, but I will be able to basically crank that money printer, funnel money into these accounts, make even more money in trading, and basically show you guys what you can do. Maybe I can make content on that separately, or as well as do live streams. I don't know. I'm still trying to think of which one works. I think the second one would be more fun to show you guys, hey, because one of the things I'll tell you guys up front, one of the things I'm considering pursuing is I always love computers. I'm pretty good with hardware. I'm not good on the software side of things. I don't know how to code and all that stuff, but I know how to get a computer functioning. I always found computers interesting. So I'm considering, I have a friend of mine who is in IT. He does more cybersecurity stuff, but he can point me in the right direction in order to get my foot in the door when it comes to IT. So I'm considering possibly maybe getting a job in IT, and I think that'd be cool. A lot of IT jobs, especially beginner level stuff, paid decently well. I know help desk stuff is kind of a pain in the ass, but I don't have a degree. I don't have all that stuff, but I know you can get into the door with little experience pretty quick if you build certain things. That's what he did. I'm trying to take a sip of water without popping the tab open. So maybe I'm considering, and if I could work from home, that'd be even fantastic. I know he used to work a job. Forgot what it was, but he worked for a company that manages servers, and he was basically his job was to manage the servers online off of I'm not sure, I don't think it was his computer, off a different computer. Basically he would just monitor the status of it, and if something went out, he would basically call dispatchers to make sure the servers are all right and work with them. The only part that sucked with that job, he said, is that he worked a lot of weekends, and it was good until stuff started happening. If bad stuff started happening, his life was hell, but if stuff wasn't happening, it was fine. It was something called like an NOC technician or something like that. I think that stuff is really cool. I would love to learn more about it. So he basically pointed me in the right direction. I might have to consider taking classes or get certain certifications to get my foot in the door. He showed me which ones to try out. And maybe he said he will throw my name into recommendations if you need anyone, but I am not on the level he is. So maybe one day, but he makes good money, but his job is pretty stressful. It relies, I know, depending on where you work in cybersecurity, certain parts of your job relies heavily on other people, and you kind of have to work with each other. And sometimes if things don't work out one way, it becomes a shit show. That's what he says, but he says he likes his job. Figure out something, never do it for free. I think you already did that for a few. Well, you did change my life when it comes to trading. I mean, I quit day trading and actually started making money. I do appreciate that, Raphael. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm glad I was able to help. Swing is definitely the way it changed my life. Thank you, Harold, as well. Dude, I have a friend that quit college and started freelance, and he drives a freaking Mustang now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which way I'm going to take. I'm considering the full-time job option just because, as much as I would love to really focus, like grind and really focus on making as much money as I can in the next year. So, saving money, investing it, trading with it. So in order for me to do that, I need to have a strong backbone. Backbone would be a good job. Jeff Jefferson, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Craig, that he's a web developer. Oh, that's cool. I've heard web development is a good job as well. There's so many jobs when it comes to like opportunities of what you can do in like tech and IT. That's why I'm thinking about it. I've heard horror stories about it. I've heard good stories. It really depends on the companies you work for. I've heard certain jobs are a lot better than others. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I'll at the very least I think I'm gonna try it. But yeah, who knows? And if I can work nights, that might be even better. If I can work nights, and then I'll be able to maintain a stream schedule. But I'm basically gonna have like no social life. Which, have you taken profit on the BTC long? Jeff Jefferson, I am not. Too soon. Too soon. I need to see something like this. I need to see a pump and then an ABC here. Actually, no, it's going to be a lot further than that. I want to see something like that. If I can get something like that, then I'll take it. But we're too close to the entry. Look, I worked with people my entire life. Not worth it. Work from home is the best job ever. Yeah, I definitely do. I would prefer to have a work from home job. But when you're first starting out in any industry, it's going to be tough to get the job you ideally want. So like, I'm willing to work like local to my area. I'm not going to be driving. So I'm not gonna be driving crazy places to go do jobs and stuff. No, fuck that. So the small ABCs in this area are too small. Yes, Judge Jefferson. Yes, too small. I mean, I really don't. The only small ABC in this area would have been this one. Oh, no. I'm stupid. Is that one. But even still, I don't. Don't know how about the States, but here in Europe, so many jobs turned into home office after Rona. Yeah, that happened. There was a big shift in where jobs were worked. Like a lot of places started working from home now. So try the scooter side hustle. You live in the US, man. If I live there, I'd make so much money. I don't live next to a big city. That's it. I know that works really well if you work in a city or like a smaller suburban town area. Actually, not really that. It has to be close to a major city. I live kind of close to New York City, but it's like if I got my car right now, it probably will without the traffic. It'd probably be like an hour ish. They call them juicers. Yeah, if I lived in a big city, yeah, I would try that, but I don't live in a big city. I live like in the suburbs. Is it a small city? No, I pretty much live in the suburbs, like small town. Trying to think of the nearest small city to me is probably like 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes, depending on where you drive. I work complete home office even before a pandemic. It really sucks sometimes. The separation between work and free time is not so big. Is that because you're on call, Jeff Jefferson? Like, I know some people work from home. Sometimes they're in situations to where they're pretty much on call. So you might work your full shift, but if something happens after hours, then you're stuck doing that. Niraj, what's up, Johnny? What's up, Johnny? What's up with the shaking market? I think we're gonna be in a situation to where we're gonna be faking people out of positions, both sides, and then price is gonna go ahead and make a decision, something like that. Do you have a scrapyard nearby? Yes. Yeah, I think I do have a. Yeah. If not, there's at least one within 20 minutes of me. Yeah. I know someone who, when I used to work for BMW, they would go around to dealerships and basically buy scrap off of people. Apparently the guy makes a decent living doing so. So if that's what you're suggesting, maybe. Look at my phone. I work as a consultant for HVAC and work only from home and visit customers. Well, that's not so bad. That's what I do around here, and I make $4K a month. Holy crap. Do you do exactly what I just said? Do you go to like dealerships and auto shops and buy scrap off of them? Or do you do something similar? All right, guys, let's play some Wordle. We've been here for almost 2 hours. I'm starting to get hot. I could turn on. I probably might turn on my AC. The problem is my AC is meant for dealerships, homes. Okay, that's not a bad idea. I don't know if Victor's still here. Victor, if you're still here, playing Wordle. What was it? Donut and Raise. Okay, so we got a D, an N, and an I. N is in the middle. D is not. D is not in the first spot. What the heck? This is a weird one. D's on the N's in the middle. It has an I in it too. I have no clue. What do you guys think? You guys got anything? I'm actually really stumped on this one. I really don't know. I buy scrap. I buy and sell scrap from people. It's dirty and it's hard work, but it's worth it. Yeah. I mean, there was a point where we had at my old job, we had like 60 rotors that were just scrap. And two guys came in a van and loaded up a bunch of rotors in their van, and that was crazy. That's a lot. Windy. Why are you cheating, Heather? I feel like every time she comes into this stream, she's just cheating. How dare you? Oh, not really. I mean, I work with people. Oh, okay, I got you. So repairing and upcycling them to resell. I just know a lot of words. You're a nerd. Just kidding. That makes sense. All right, guys, we've been here for 2.5 hours. I promise a longer live stream. We did it. Unfortunately, nothing happened, which I have a feeling that as soon as I get off in the next couple hours, something's gonna happen. So, if something crazy happens, I'll be here tomorrow. But I just repeated myself like 6 times. I'm sorry. Unless we actually go ahead and break through 32K and go for it, or if we go for it and make a push towards like 20K, I'm not streaming tomorrow. So I'll be back Wednesday. All right. Hopefully we can get some price action soon. But yeah. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Heather, Harold, Jeff Jefferson, Raphael, Niraj. Who else is here with me? Umit, Crypto Beehive, Victor, Devil, Coyote, if you're still here, Darren, Jason Talley, Betabot, Alif, Steven. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I think I got everyone. Short King. If you guys are still here, we do appreciate it. I will see you guys on Sunday, hopefully the same time. Hopefully I won't be late this time. I apologize. I messed up. Have a great day. Thanks for streaming your legend. I really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and do the thing, and let's say it bye-bye. I haven't been feeling the new. I haven't really been feeling this recently. I haven't. Maybe I should do this. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. Gotta get center and frame. Which way center? This is center. Fix the glasses. Make sure we're all. Oh, you cracked my neck.